Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Simply Finance. It is Thursday, April 23rd, 2020, and I'm really excited about today's episode. We are going to, instead of diving into another concept, what I want to do today is really just walk the walk, or make the rubber hit the road, as they would say, and show you guys and talk through um, a lot of the strategies that I have been talking about and a lot of the keys to getting back into the market once things are, coming back. I think where we sit today, April 23rd, I live in Chicago with my wife and cat over here and dog. And the cases here have continued to rise, and we don't think, not we, but the Illinois government does not expect the peak for Illinois to hit until the middle of May. So for me, that points to there definitely could be future decline in the stock market. But there's not going to be a perfect time to get in again, right? And a lot of you, if you're in similar boats where you held on to cash and you got rid of some of those positions in the market that you were doing well in, or if you're someone new and you just want to get in, I wanted today to be just kind of a dry run. I want to start doing more of this, and then what I want to do is I'm going to track what I'm doing today and then be able to share that with you guys a few times a week. Definitely have like a monthly overview of how things performed, and I think it'll help a lot of people. And at least if it doesn't, if I'm not right in a lot of these, which I'm definitely not going to be, it should at least give a lot of people confidence. My hope. My hope here is to help people and give them confidence to jump in and learn. And I will show you today how you can do that without putting too much risk in if you're someone new to investing. So what does all that mean? Well, so what that, in long story long, means is that today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to walk you guys through visually if you're watching, and if you're listening, that's totally fine on the podcast form. I'll talk you through it, but I'm actually going to walk you guys through. I have some pre-market availability, so I can actually trade stocks in my Robinhood account personally half hour before the market. So now it just opened for me 8:06, 6 minutes ago. So you get on it, and I can trade 2 hours after. If you have good Robinhood status and standing, if you've had an account for long enough, I'm not sure the details of like exactly when I got it unlocked, but you can unlock this too. It just gives extended hours trading, which I can go into in more detail. So that's what I want to do today. So I'm literally going to be investing $10. And my thought here is $10 is obviously, it's less for anyone that, is in a city like us. $10 is less than you would probably spend if you were someone that goes out to lunch during the work week, when you were not stuck at home. This is something you would just, without even thinking about it, spend $10 and get lunch. So I wanted to show people that today I'm just going to put $10 in. And my thought is, what I want to show you guys is what I can turn this $10 into over time, right? We'll start with 10 and we'll see what we can do with it. I could lose most of it and not do anything with it. We'll see. But my hope is that I have some good strategies here. And I just want to talk you guys through essentially like walking through Robinhood, placing a trade, talking about like why I decided on the stocks I did. And there we go. So I am going to talk you guys through the $10. So what is something that I've talked about consistently on here, and I've mentioned in numerous podcasts, that is diversification. Okay. So the way I thought about it was, okay, I'm going to spend $10. And there's one thing that I will caveat that not all of you will have, and that is on Robinhood. Another thing that I've unlocked over the last couple of years, I've been on Robinhood, just to give you guys background. I believe I've been on Robinhood for over 4 years now. I didn't start on Robinhood, but I was definitely a early adopter, you could say. when Robinhood launched. They were the first ones with 0% commission fees on trades. And I was, freshly into the workforce, and me and my buddies heard about it, and we never looked back. So I've been on Robinhood for a long time. So I've unlocked many components of Robinhood that not anyone who just signs up tomorrow will get. I've been on like a lot of waiting lists. And so I do have some capabilities that not everyone will have, just as an FYI. So back to the $10. So the way I wanted to do this was, there's a few industries that I've been talking about a lot, and I think there's a lot of buying opportunity, number one. But above all, I want to diversify. So what I did is I basically took two companies that I'm confident in over the long run are strong companies. Okay. So hopefully, one of them definitely has been impacted by the coronavirus, but I don't think anyone's buying behavior for this company is going to, change. One has been doing phenomenal. Two are been struggling horribly, but I think they're amazing buying opportunities for even the short term potentially. It's been down so much. So I'll just jump in. So the five, and I'm actually going to share my screen for you guys watching. I think, hopefully it's helpful to share the screen. All right, so here we go. So I'm sharing my screen now for you guys watching. For you guys listening, I will just talk through it. So down here, I have $10 allocated. I'm going to invest. And what I do is I look at it as a percentage basis. So again, sorry, back to what I was saying. On Robinhood, I have what's called, I can buy partial shares. So for example, we've talked about this before, but if Amazon is, almost $2,000 a share, right? Like you'd have to spend $2,000 to buy one share. I'm not going to do that this morning. What I'm going to do is I broke out my $10 by percentages. So I allocated 25% of my what's of today's investment to Amazon. So that just equates to $2.50. So that means I'm literally going to only put $2.50 towards Amazon today. But that's something you can do, right? Over time, if you find $10, if you make $10 into your budget, I mean, that all grows over time. And that's what I want to kind of show you guys. I want to start with 10, and then I will track how this performs. So going back again, the other one, I've talked about airlines. So in here, I have United Airlines and American Airlines. I've really picked those because, in my opinion, out of all the airlines, they've really been hit the worst as far as their stock price. And they're all in the exact same boat. United has a much better cash position. Not much, I should say. They have a better cash position than American Airlines, but they're both getting help from the government, so they'll both be okay. I see this as a medium-term timeline. I have a feeling that people are not going to be flying for a while, but their price is so low. If you look at their historical prices, it's been a long, I don't know if I've actually ever been this low. I know yesterday I looked, American Airlines has actually never been this low before, even at their IPO. So this is the cheapest it's ever been. So I'm going to buy both of those. USO is essentially your way to buy into oil. So as a stock, you can trade that mimics oil futures. And so I'm going to put 15% of my portfolio in that. So I'm really tying up 55% into the airlines and oil. It's a lot of this 10, but I'm hedging it with the two below, with Amazon and Starbucks. And Amazon is just on a tear. I think they're going to continue to be on a tear. So I'm giving them 25%. Starbucks has had a good week, but they, obviously have been impacted. People are still going to buy coffee, and no one's going to stop buying coffee in the morning. It might take a long time for those coffee shops to be bustling, but I think, to be honest, when people can go and get a coffee at Starbucks, and even just to go in, I don't think they're going to be, I think people are still going. Number one, I haven't seen their earnings or information on like foot traffic, but it's got to be down, but it can't be down too much because you can still go through your car and go get it. So I'm going to put money in there. So let's just do this. So I'm going to go over to one of my brokerage accounts here on Robinhood. I'm going to try to buy each of these with you guys. Okay. So I'm going to put 250 in here. So that's the amount. So I can see you can change invest in dollars or shares. So shares, one share right now is over $2,000. I'm not going to spend that much money, but I will do dollars, 250. I'm going to review my order. And we're trying here for you guys on the podcast. I just walked through an example and I got it. So pre-market. I just got $2.49 invested in Amazon. So I am in Amazon. There we go. So that's awesome. So I'm not going to actually, you know what, for the people on the podcast, I don't want to bore them because they can't watch this, but I just showed everybody on the video form exactly, what I just did. I'm going to do that with the other stocks I just talked about. So like I told you guys today, I'm sitting at $10. Okay. It's April 23rd, 2020. My hope is that by investing in all these today and kind of explaining to you my methodology behind it, that I will quickly, be able to show you either good or bad, and then the decisions I'm going to think through as I go through it. And again, I really just picked $10 because I knew that's anybody that's listening to this, if you're on a smartphone that you bought and you're listening to this podcast or you're watching YouTube, you have $10 somewhere that you could do this with, right? So I want to show that it's possible to do any of this stuff. And you kind of just got to take a risk and jump in and believe in your thoughts, believe in your research, believe in all of the methodologies we've talked about, and we'll see how they play. So I feel like I've talked about a lot and I haven't shown you guys some actual investments. So made one in Amazon. I will buy American. I will buy USO. I will buy United, and I'll still buy Starbucks. And you know what? I'll actually either at the end of the day or tomorrow, I'll give you an update on how day one went. Hoping we find some gains here in day one, and we'll see how it goes. All right, everybody. I hope this was helpful. I hope you probably didn't learn anything necessarily today, but you're going to over the time period with seeing how this does in my methodology behind it. And if I were you, I mean, what I did, and I'll go back to the screen for you guys watching, very simple thing to do. Here I just broke out how much I want to invest today. I picked the stocks that I want to invest in. Next to it, I made sure these percentages added up to 100. And for me, I'm just diversifying. So I went down the line and I'm like, USO, I want to get an oil, but I don't want it to be the major part of my portfolio. It's only getting 15. The airlines, I'm like, I want the airlines right now. I think there's a lot of growth that could come out of them over the next couple of weeks and months. So let's put a decent amount in, and 40% is a lot, right? If you think of this as my entire portfolio, quote unquote, right now with this $10, $4 out of the 10 is going to that. Amazon is really confident. It's not going to see probably crazy growth, but it's going to see growth. It's going to continue to grow. People are shopping online. So it's like, let's put a 25% hedge in there. That should always help. Anything that's going to pull you down in your account, something like Amazon, I'm hoping will always like pull me back up and even out. And then Starbucks. I think there's a lot of potential growth here. I also think it's kind of a safe play. So I kind of have 2 safe, 3 risky. I'm trying to make some money in this. So let's see what happens. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great Thursday. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day here in Chicago. I know we're all stuck inside and trying to make the most of this. So I hope this was helpful. And we'll keep an eye on this. So remember those 5 stocks. If you want to hop in today, be cool to have some people also buy these stocks today and just see how we all perform together. So let me know if you guys have any questions. As always, hit me up on social, hit me up in the comments, and I will get back to you guys. I'm happy to answer any questions. So let me know what I can do. And again, thanks for listening. Hope you guys have a great day. And hey, we'll talk tomorrow. All right, guys. Good luck out there. Have a good day. See ya.